Hello everyone, welcome to the day 10 of Python series. In today's session, we will be learning about file handling in Python. So let's see the agenda. First, we will be talking about what is file handling. Then we will also be performing hands-on how file handling is performed on a Python IDE.
But before we begin the session, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so that you'll never miss any update from us.
Well, file handling is a very important of any web application. Well, you have four different features which you can perform in a file handling. You can open, read, write, and delete a file using Python. Alright, let's see them one by one. The first one being open. So you can use open function to open a file, and it takes two parameters, the file name and the mode. Let's see the syntax. Syntax is f equal open path of the file. So you have the syntax as f equal open path of the file and its mode. Fine. Let's see what are the modes. So we have four different types of mode: read, append, write, and create. For reading, you specify R. It's a default value and it opens the file for reading. And if the file does not exist, it will return you an error. Next is the append. And the mode is A. Alright. What it will do, it will open a file for appending, and in case if the file does not exist, it would create a new one. Next mode is W, which is write. It opens a file for writing and creates a file if it does not exist. Fine, I'll tell you about the difference of appending and writing later in this section. Alright. Next and the final one is create, that is X. It creates the specified file and it returns an error if the file with the same name exists. It creates the specified file and it returns an error if you already have a file with same name. Fine. Let me just show you. Like f equal open path of the file. I'll open it in my D drive. D slash name of the file test file dot txt and comma, what should be my mode? It is a reading mode. R. Hit enter. Okay. So as I told you earlier, it would throw you an error if the file does not exist, right? If you want to create it, you have to mention X up here and it will create your file. Let's go to our D directory and let me just show you the file. D, so you can see the test file up here, right? So this is how you can open a file in Python, or you can even write W up here. It won't throw you an error, since it creates a file if it does not exist, but it won't throw you an error in case the file with same name exists. Alright. Next is the read function. Well, suppose this is our file. It consists of the document hello welcome to demo file.txt. This file is for testing purpose. Good luck. Let's open our demo file. Test file. Hello everyone. Welcome to Intellipaat. Good luck. Let's save it. Save it as test file.1. Fine. Let's see what operation we can perform on it. Now, what if I want to read it? So how will I do? So f equal open demo file.txt comma mode R. R is what? Reading mode. And then print f.read. Fine. Let me just open that file for you. F equal open the path of the file. It was d:/test file1.txt, and in what mode? I want to open it in read mode. and I want to print all the content which is present in that particular text file. So f dot read it first and then print it. Hit enter. So these are the content of my file. Hello everyone, welcome to Intellipaat and good luck. Fine. Now what if I want to read some parts of the file? Like I want to read the first 5 characters of the file. So what will I do? Let's see. Just copy and paste it. I want to read the first 5 characters. So just mention 5 up here. What will it do? Print first 5 characters from the text file. Hit enter. So you got the output as hello 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these are the first 5 characters from the string. Alright. Fine. Now what if you want to read the first line? So for that you have a function as readLine. Alright. You have a function as readLine which would be used to return one line or the first line. Again copy it. Paste it up here. Read line. Just hit enter. Sorry, you got an error. Okay, I read line. Okay, sorry, L is small. Read line. So you got the output as hello everyone. This is my first line. Next, what if I need to read first 2 line of my document? So what will I do in that case? So in that case, what you can do, you can use read line twice and it will print first 2 line of your text like this. Again do it once more. F dot read line. Hit enter. Again the same error. Okay. So what you got? So you got the first 2 line from your text. Alright. Now looping through the file. Now what if you want to read the file line by line? So you can use a for loop in that case. So it's like for x in f such that print x. If x is 1, then print first line, x is 2, then print second line, 3, so on. Alright. So you'll be able to read the file line by line. Hello everyone, welcome to Intellipaat and good luck. Next is reading and creating. Now to write to an existing file, you must add a parameter to the open function. Like you can write a or w. A will append the file, that it will append or add something at the end of the file, and w, it will overwrite any other existing content. For example, let's copy paste it up here. Instead of r, let's mention a, it's for appending. And f dot write whatever you want to write. This is the appending statement. Execute it. Fine. Now if you will check the file, let's check the existing file. Open it in a readline mode. R for x and f, print x, execute it. So yeah, so as you can see, this is the appending statement got added at the end of the file. Now what if I use w instead of a? So what will it do? This will overwrite my statements. So here I can write print f dot write print f dot write, this will overwrite everything. Execute it. Done. Now let's check it again. What are the contents of my file? So if you check it, so only this is left. This will overwrite everything. Fine. So this was about how you can write to an existing file. Alright. Next we have is creating a new file. Well, you can create it using X, A or W. Using X creates a file and it returns an error if the file exists. Append, it creates a file if the specified file does not exist. And finally W, it creates the file if the specified file does not exist. For example, fopen myfile.txt_x, it will just create a new file. And in case you are attempting to create a file with the same name, it will throw you an error. For example, remove this. This file already exists, right? If I'm trying to create it again, it will throw me an error. Alright, as file already exists or file exists. Fine. Next and the last we have is the delete. Well, import OS module is used to delete a file. How you can delete it? Import the OS module, os.remove demo file.txt. That's it. But for that, what you have to do, you have to first close the open file. So f.close, inside this, mention the name of the file, or the path of the file, d:/test file1.txt. First close it. It's like f.close. Close the file. Now, if you want to delete it, you need to import OS module to it. Import OS and os.remove inside that name of the file. What is the name of the file? Test file1.txt. That's it.
If you want to make a career in data science, then Intellipaat has IIT Madras Advanced Data Science and AI Certification Program. This course is of very high quality and cost effective, as it is taught by IIT professors and industry experts.
Got the error. The system cannot find the specified file. So I guess the file is, no, it's not deleted. Okay, I haven't specified the path of the file. I just written the name of it. So I'll write d:/ and the file got deleted. So yeah, there is no test file 1. Alright, fine.
Okay, let's get started with NumPy. So I believe you guys already know like what Python is capable of, how powerful it is. So we can use Python for all sort of things, right? From desktop development, web development till data science, we can do anything and everything with Python in the programming world. And next thing is Python builds upon its functional modules. Okay, so it has all core constructs of programming. Like there are 3 types of programming that we have: structural, object oriented, and functional. So it is capable of doing everything. Okay, next is when we work with anything in Python, we have a fancy thing called package in Python. Okay, so those packages are available for free in the market. It has a lot of built-in functions and built-in things that will help you guys to write many codes easily, okay, without going for the detailed algorithm and all. So in that way, these packages are really helpful. So what will we do? We will be starting with this NumPy for today. Okay, so after that we will see, after that we will go for SciPy. So these two are basic packages for data scientists. So NumPy, what it does, it is used for mathematical and logical operations on the arrays. Okay, and it provides feature for multi-dimensional arrays also. So again, when we tell arrays, Python doesn't have any array, it is built on list only. So basically, when we go through NumPy, when we go for indexing, slicing, and all those kind of stuff, it will only be the list. Everything will be based on the lists. Okay, so that's how it goes. So NumPy will have a lot of functions which will help you to, I mean, play around with the arrays of it. Okay, so that's how it works. So now what we will do, we will just cover the basics of NumPy and then we will go for the coding examples and all. So that's how we will be planning for the day. For that, let me open up a new kernel for you guys so that it gets easier for typing out the codes. Okay, so let's go ahead with the PPT now. Okay, NumPy array means, again I will repeat, it is just Python list. It is nothing more than that, but it has some added features. Along with Python lists, it has some added features. So that's why NumPy is used. Okay, due to some extra features that we don't get in normal lists in Python. So NumPy can support 1D, 2D, both of the kinds of arrays. Okay, and I think you might be using this Anaconda version of Python, so that will be coming along with Pandas, and I mean NumPy version pre-installed. Okay, NumPy will be pre-installed in the Python versions. Okay, I mean Anaconda Python. Okay, now when you use a package, right, what we do, we import the package. Okay, we import the package with something like the syntax is, it can be any package. Okay, alias can be anything. So what is the syntax? Syntax is import, then there will be package name, then there will be as keyword just to assign an alias, otherwise you would need to type the entire thing throughout the program, and then we will have a alias name of np. Okay, so that's what it was. Okay, so now when I say NumPy array, it can convert anything, any Python data structure to arrays. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so if I show you like this, why it is taking time now? Yeah, so see, it has converted both these things. So the first one is a Python list, second one is a Python tuple, right? So when we pass that argument, that tuple or a list to a NumPy array function, it converts them all to a NumPy array. Okay, so that is what this returns. Okay, and whatever we provided, as you see, the outputs are starting and ending with square brackets, right? So that means it is already converted to a list. Now we can perform various functions in NumPy. Yes, so once we have NumPy array created, it can be editable. Okay, because it's a list now, it's not anymore a tuple, so that's how why it is editable. Okay, and NumPy doesn't come by default with Python. If we want to use it, we need to install it. So let's say you are not using Anaconda and you are using this kind of a Python user interface, then what you need to do, you need to install it using command prompt. Okay, pip install, sorry, I am writing it again and again, pip install numpy, so it will find it and it will install numpy. Okay, I don't have this pip version set, so that's why it is not working, but it should install it. Okay, so that's how it works. That's how we can use numpy in this kind of functions also. Okay, now we can have 2D arrays in Python also, like 2D arrays in numpy also. So how we write it, we write it like this. So we just need to pass 2D arrays. So 2D array means two lists, right? We can pass two lists. So it will be concatenating it to 2D array. Okay, so it will be changing it to 2D array. So that is how we write it in NumPy. That is how we create arrays in Python. So that's how we do it. So now next will be how where it is where it is advantageous rather than using a basic Python list or Python like that, Python list or Python tuple, right? So by NumPy you are changing, yes, so we are changing data type from mutable to non-mutable. It's the other one, right? Right, next is nd array object. Okay, so in NumPy, as I have shown you, 2D arrays, right? It can go up to n and then can have any number. So in the real world, if you ask me, we don't use more than two max to max 3D arrays, but yes, it can go up to that. Okay, so like that it works. So next is next is like why we use NumPy arrays. So in NumPy, this nd arrays will have all the items of same type. Okay, so it can't be one of them is int and one of them is string list. It has to, it all of them has to be int arrays. Okay, like that. So items can be accessed using zero based index. As you know, Python arrays, Python lists also starts from zero indexing, right? So here also it remains the same property, it has zero index. So if we go for NumPy array, then if we want to see the first row, it will be like this. So it will give you the first row and this will give you the second row, right? Similarly for columns, if you want to see first, sorry, if you want to see the first column, you need to do this, right? Sorry, so you need to do this, so you will see the entire values. If you need to see the only the first column, then you need to do it like this, like that it works, right? So that's how it will be working. Now for 2D arrays I will be coming, okay, I am working on 2D array, sorry I forgot. So that's how it works. Okay, so we will be coming to that in a few minutes. So 2D arrays I will show you. So for others, what was the names, A and B, right? 2D arrays I will be showing you, not an issue. So for arrays, if you see 1D array, it will give you A0, that will be 1, A1 will be 2, like that. And if you do 1 to 2, then it will be printing only single element, because the right hand side index is always left. Okay, right hand side index, it is not up to, it goes up to that, it is not including the right hand side index. So that's why it has two elements. Now if we do this, then it will print all. If we do this, that also will mean the same and it will print the same. It is pretty basic, pretty much like the lists that we have in Python. Okay, now NumPy arrays are beneficial because it takes up the same size of block in the memory for all the objects that it stores. Okay, this part we will see a comparison in the later half of the section, and then we can understand like where it is beneficial rather than storing it in a classical list than NumPy array. Okay, now next is, if you go into check the individual, yes, right, so it will be begin colon n minus 1, that is how. So right hand side will always be excluded, like that. Okay, next is NumPy array initialization, right? So how do we initialize NumPy arrays? As we have already seen, right, how do we do that, but still this is how you do it. Okay, so initialize means what we want to do is, we don't want to place any list in there. Okay, but what we want to do, we want to have some by default values. Okay, default arrays we want to take it up. Okay, so let's see how we do it. Okay, first one is, we will, I mean, if you guys are familiar with the terms like masking and all, that is for image processing, and for data processing we will do that. A lot of times we will do that. Okay, so a lot of time we will be using this zero based or one based indexes. Okay, so for creating a zero based arrays, right, what we need to, come on, what we need to do, we need to have some sort of like some shape of zero arrays. Okay, so that's how you do it. Okay, that's how you do it in NumPy. So what you do, you write np dot zeros, then you specify the dimension of the array. Okay, 3 by 4 means it will have like 3 rows and 4 columns. So first one is of, so you can think it like this, it will be np dot zeros, then row comma column. Okay, that's how a tuple you need to pass it to. Okay, that's this kind of tuple you need to pass it to the Python arrays. Okay, so that's how it works in Python, I mean in NumPy. So that's how you print zero arrays in NumPy. Okay, next is, if you want something with the interval, right? So how you do, you write like this, np dot array, within bracket we pass, so it will print you another new array. So what we are doing, we are sorry, in here what we are doing by array, yeah, so in this what we are doing, we are, yeah, right, it's a range, so it's a range actually. Okay, so what we are doing, we are passing three variables. First one is the starting number, second one is the ending number, and last one is the line is the interval that we want to print. So from 10 to 25 we are having five, we want lists to be 5 separated, right? So first one and second one difference will be 5, like that. So that's how we have, so we have three numbers, right? 10, 15, 20, and always remember the right hand will be excluded, so 25 won't be taken up. So till 20 we will go. Okay, till 20 we will print it out. Okay, so that's how this kind of arrays are getting printed out in NumPy.
If you want to make a career in data science, then Intellipaat has IIT Madras Advanced Data Science and AI Certification Program. This course is of very high quality and cost effective, as it is taught by IIT professors and industry experts.